Hello, my beautiful Taurus family. Welcome into Don Williams Tarot. So good to be with you here today. This message is for Sun, Moon, and Rising placements in the sign of Taurus. As you all know, I am a Taurus sun sign. So I feel like I'm reading for myself. So today's message is for Sun, Moon, or Rising, right, in the sign of Taurus. However, keep in mind that this is a general message, not a one-on-one reading. So not all the messages may completely resonate with you. Take what does, leave what doesn't. If you're interested in doing a deep dive as to what's going on with you and your life, I do provide private readings. My information is in the description box below. If you're brand new to my channel, you might want to subscribe as well as click that notification button. I do live readings through the week. I try to give you as much time as possible. Sometimes it might only be a few hours, but when you have that notification bell clicked, then you'll know when I go live. You're invited to come in and ask a question, and I do those readings usually in the evening. Sometimes I do some mornings. I try to get at least one live during the weekend as well. Okay. Let's see if there's anything else I need to share. Oh, I right now have a new offer on my website, donwilliamstarot.com, for the medicine cards. Now, the medicine cards come to us from the indigenous tribes. It is a compilation of some of the teachings that they teach their own people in regards to their connections, specifically in this case, to the animal kingdom, how the animal kingdom actually does kind of mimic our ability to grow, some of our challenges, right? So with this 9 totem animal spread, those cards are pulled. You are working with those animals for at least a year. You might be surprised as to what animals come in for you that are going to be helping you with some of your, energies, what you're working through, how they assist you, how they help you. I have found this exercise to be really enlightening for myself. Some of the animals that I expected to be there were not there, and the animals that actually all showed up fit perfectly. Now, the feedback I'm getting back is phenomenal. I've had 2 people that I know personally that I did readings for that I've known for a long, long time. And both of them had amazing, amazing feedback. And what was really awesome was that it really resonated with them. Now they know how to navigate, how to move forward just by watching and understanding the antics of some of their totem animals. So it's actually really fascinating. And it might be something you might be interested in. Right now, I do have this at a discounted rate of $33 for the reading. I do videotape this, so you do get the videotape and you can keep it for however long you want, right? So you can use it for reference. So check out my website because all the details are there, okay? Okay, so what I'm going to do for you today is I'm going to pull a Celtic Cross for you. I'm also going to pull 2 cards from the Akashic Records, as well as 2 cards from the Archangel Michael Sword of Light Oracle deck as well, to give us additional clarity. The month of October is, for me, a really difficult month. I've had a lot of death in that month. My life partner died in October. October 19th, as a matter of fact. So his 5-year anniversary is coming up. The other thing about the month of October, though, is it is the biggest Sabbath for the dark side. I no longer put any energy into Halloween because of that knowledge, knowing that that is it's like their worship day. And all of the stuff that goes along with the practice of what they do happens on that night, right? Happens that day. So it's a tough month. It's a tough month for me. So just keep that in mind. In terms of how it may affect you, maybe completely different. Maybe it's a beautiful month for you. Maybe you don't really even think about that aspect of what that Halloween represents, right? So, okay. So I'm going to go ahead and lay out your cards. As I do this portion of your reading, I'm going to take myself off camera like I always do so we can concentrate on your cards. And then I'll be back towards the end of your reading. Okay, so you saw me shuffling. Now I'm just going to split the deck, lay out your cards, see what we get. Oh, we start off with the moon card. Full moon's going to be important. Knight of Wands, King of Pentacles, Justice card, Judgment card, Queen of Wands, Knight of Swords, the World card. Ooh, I like to see that there. That's about relationships, though. King of Swords, and the King of Wands. So right off the bat, we do have the King and Queen of Wands. So these are divine counterparts. So that may be representative of something going on within your space here. So if I'm looking, am I seeing any pentacles? I have the King. That's the only pentacle we have. And we have swords. We have wands. We have no cups. All right. So to dig right in, the very center of our card. Now, as I was talking about October and how it all affects me personally, it might not affect you in that way. The moon card is coming in, and guess what the moon is all about? The moon is about hidden truths. So exactly what I was talking about is exactly what is in the very center of our cards. This is our main focus, our main theme for the month. And excuse me just a second, I do need some water. Thank you. So the moon is about hidden truths. It's also about trusting your intuition and facing your fears. This is the death of the ego. When this card shows up, this is an opportunity to sink into your spirituality, sink into your higher self, allowing your spirit, your soul, your connection to the God of your heart to really anchor in. Now, as you can see, the story behind this card is that you have a lobster who's very comfortable in this conscious pool, right? This is the consciousness pool here. He's coming up out of the consciousness pool, and he needs to go down this path, past the coyote, past the dog, past the pillars of terror to those mountains back there. And if he can go back there, to those mountains, that's where his success lies. Now, the reason why I said that the full moon is going to be important for us this month of October is because we have the moon card as our first card. The deal is the guy coming up out of the water that has to go by the dog. Now, the dog energy is a really interesting energy. It's all about loyalty. It's about family. It's about helpers. These are very noble animals. They also need emotional connection to their pack. So you can always count on them. And they totally understand their pecking order. This is the beautiful side. Now, the coyote side is exactly that. The coyote is the trickster. The coyote, it has a sense of humor. They can be truth tellers, and they do have a lot of kindness, but they also like to jest. And the funny thing is the best thing about the coyote energy, I have this as one of my totems, is why I know. And I have the dog as well. So I have the dog and the coyote. And the coyote is the trickster. So whenever you think, that something's going to go in a particular direction, it goes into a different direction. And the only thing you can do is just really laugh at yourself, right? Because it doesn't, when the trickster comes up, it is my one sabotager. It's the one thing that it makes me stumble over my own feet. So anyway, that's the two energies here of walking through your fear to your successes in the back. So the moon is definitely that card of, you know, um, pushing through any illusions of fear because towards your success, because that's exactly where you want to go. And the other thing too is the lobster. If you think about a real lobster, they have that hard exoskeleton. And so for me, what that is really representing is your emotional armor. You have to kind of don that armor in order to be able to navigate past the dog, past the coyote, and down your path, right? So that's kind of the energies that are in the very center. So I feel as though some things are going to come up for you. Really just go and use your gut and your intuition and your mind. Align all of those things and you should be fine. What is crossing over, helping, or hindering has to do with the Knight of Wands. This Knight of Wands is a fast-moving knight. This is my passionate knight. So this guy is definitely going towards his passions. He's going towards those things that inspire him. Now, this can be projects. This can be your workspace. This can be relationships. It can actually touch every area of your life, but one is going to kind of pop up and surface to the top that this is going to be referencing for you. The other thing is if it was in the reverse, this would be what is hindering you is that you've got all of these ideas and you're not taking action on them. You're not moving forward. You're stuck. You're not allowing yourself to really tap into that creative. Or it may be that you have some kind of an emotional block that is preventing you from tapping into that creative side or that passionate side of you. It can just be that, anything that can have happened to you that is just allowing your energy kind of to um, fall away in terms of being as strong as it normally would be with all that passion and fire energy. So just be aware of that. Now, what is in our thoughts is this King of Pentacles. The kings always represent for me knowledge. This guy is my knowledge of all things physical. So he knows how to manifest physical security. He knows how to attain wealth. He knows how to keep his, body in good health. This guy has a beautiful home. He has all of the makings. And is that a Taurus? Yeah, this is us. We're showing up in our own. I mean, I knew that Pentacles was ours, but I didn't know that the King represented our energy. So what this is really saying is that we're showing up very strongly. Our thoughts, our emotions are very grounded. We're using all of the energy and all of the skills that we have to our optimum. In our base here, which is our foundation, we do have the Justice card. Now, the Justice card can be that. It can be some of you may be dealing with legal issues at this time, signing contracts, make sure that, you definitely read all the fine print. But at the same time, this Justice card is all about truth and integrity and being on the right track. It really is about your karmic justice as well. So some of you might be doing some of your shadow work, bringing in some things from previous lifetimes or things that have surfaced within your own life that are allowing you to cut, because he's got a sword, cut those bonds so that you are free. Cut your way into freedom, right? So, of course, this is symbolic. It is not. It is not a physical action that you're taking, but it's a symbolic action of cutting yourself free from anything that is keeping you in the lower energies of your karma. The other thing about the Justice card is this is also about being fair. This is also about cause and effect. And again, it is about your personal integrity. This is a major arcana. It does have the gold card here, as well as that King of Pentacles. I feel as though this is a great base for us. Now, the other thing is, the scales does represent balance within our lives. Some of you may be feeling a little bit out of balance. So just kind of think about that and allow yourself your own equilibrium to take you back into your natural state of balance. What was in your immediate past is another major arcana. So we have three major arcana right in the very center of your reading. The judgment card is my card of finding your purpose. Now, we all came to this planet for a reason. Some of us have got, major things that we do. We're in the limelight, whatever the case may be. And some of us are just here to hold the energy, just to bring down, be the anchor, because that's what we do as earth signs. We anchor that energy into Mother Earth. We work in combination with Mother Earth. We work in combination with nature, right? Which is why, I don't know about you, I've got a house full of plants. I love crystals. I love rocks. I love all the gifts that Mother Nature gives us. So part of some of the things that are happening in our immediate past is that some of you are recognizing that, yes, you do have a purpose. Yes, you know what direction you need to go. Yes, you know what work needs to be done. The other thing about the judgment, though, is it is about a big awakening. So please pay attention. This is also talking about facing fierce limitations within the way that you think, within your own life. Anything that you feel as though is caging you in, it is for your awareness. Why did you create that for yourself? And then also with this judgment card, it is about looking at things with total transparency. I kind of wish that our government was that way, don't you? Okay, so that is in our immediate past. What we're moving into is our badass Queen of Wands. I absolutely love this queen. And while it may feel a little unsettling for us earth signs to really take on the passion and fire of the fire sign, this queen is definitely in alignment with the sun. What is she holding? She's holding a sunflower. What does a sunflower do? The sunflower always keeps its face towards the sun. No matter which way the sun is turning, that sunflower is always going to have its face towards the sun. The sun represents, renewal, success, abundance, fulfillment, healing, manifesting your dreams. She has all those capabilities and more. The other thing about her is not only is she fiery and very passionate and very creative, she gets a lot of things done. She wakes up and she's just fire and she goes all day, right? And she goes at her own pace. She does things to her own drum. She does have the black cat here, and that black cat does represent. I have my own little black cat. Isn't it cute? Cute little black cat. I've had this for a long time, like a really, really long time. I can't even remember when I picked up this little black cat. How cute is he? But the thing about that is that the black cats back in the day when tarot was created. So tarot, you might not know the history of tarot, but tarot started out as playing cards, and it was all the major arcanas. It was none of the pip cards or the minor arcana, and they were created in like the 1450s. There were only a few cards. I think there was like 20. I don't remember how many there was. And there are actual representations of actual real cards from that time in some of museums. They don't have a full deck, like they don't have all the cards that would have been in that pack, but they do have some on display. The guy that I learned tarot from has a picture of him in front of this display of some of these old tarot cards. I find the whole thing very fascinating. But anyway, black cats were considered omens of bad luck. And this queen doesn't really care. She lives her life the way she lives it. She doesn't care if you like her cat or not. And that's kind of the energy of this queen. She will take other people's information into consideration, but she basically makes the decisions for herself, right? She is not somebody She's very independent. She's not somebody that can be controlled, and she cannot be captured, right? Is kind of the word I want to say. So when I'm looking at the immediate center of our cards, there is a lot of activity going on. We're definitely walking our path. We're finding our purpose. We are representing as much as we possibly can our gifts of physical security, wealth, and possessions. We do have that moon card, so we do have things to work through this month. We have to go through that dark night of the soul. We have to work through all of that moon energy, that full moon energy. I feel like it's going to be that whole month. It's right in the center. So what I'm going to do now, just to kind of clarify these first few cards, I'm going to pull your Akashic record. And the first card is honor yourself, Taurus. Recognize the hard work you've put into getting to where you are today. And I can attest to this comment. I have worked hard with my spiritual path from the time I think I really started opening up to my spirituality at the age of 14. It wasn't until my mom passed away when I was 27 that the gates flooded open, and I've been awake ever since. But it has been a long road, I've got to say. Way back then, we didn't have the internet. We didn't have anywhere to go. There were no conferences or anything like that that you could go to that would get, people that were open-minded together. I finally did find a group that did meditations in the park, and I learned a lot from that group, as a matter of fact, and then eventually opened my home to meditation group for a couple of years. It's just really interesting the path that you take to get to where you are. Instead of thinking how far you still have to go, remind yourself of all that you've accomplished and be proud. Now, I think that is a good card. I mean, a good expression in terms of being proud of where you have come from compared to where you are now. But I don't feel like it's a deep enough word. I don't feel as though it really encapsulates their true energy and elation that you can feel if you allow yourself to, go into that. Gosh, I really have come a long way. Okay, caring connection. Look, the dolphins. Now, the thing about the dolphins is I do have energy about them. And I don't know this card well because nobody's pulled it. Oh, the dolphins are about the manna of breath, right? They use sonar, they use their song in order to communicate. Now, the dolphins are very curious, they're very playful. So they remind us that we need to play, right? They have great communication skills. They're very non-judgmental. Of course, they're swimmers, and they're just joy. They're such a joy to be around. If you've ever swam with them, if you've ever been around them, it just changes your energy to be in their presence. It's really lovely. So the card says caring connection. A new supportive relationship is on the horizon. It may be a kindred spirit or possibly even romance. It could be someone new or the deepening of an existing relationship. Open your heart to this new connection. I love this card. Love it, love it, love it. Oh, and as I was talking about this Queen of Wands can represent us, our energy as we're working through some of this stuff. And then we step into our queendom, we step into our sovereignty. I really look at her as a very sovereign queen. The other thing about her that is really interesting is that, this might be somebody that you know. This may be somebody that is close to you. This could be a boss. This could be anybody. But I do feel as though we are embracing her energy. We are championing that fiery, get it done, manifesting abundance kind of energy here. So now we're going to go up our ladder. So this was our near future. This is our distant future. Our distant future is bringing us this Knight of Swords. The Knight of Swords for me is my fastest moving knight in the tarot. He is like he's got his sword straight up and down. So he would represent my good military if I were going to be reading, cards about what's happening in our current circumstances. But in this situation, this guy is definitely going towards his dreams. This card is really saying, you've put in a lot of energy into creating your life. You've put in a lot of energy to clear some of that darkness, clearing those dark nights of the soul, all of the tower moments, all of the changes that we've gone through in our lives, all the things that we've been thinking about, we want to move forward on. This guy is saying, stop thinking about that, go for it. The only thing that's holding you back is you. And if you find that you have limitations, well, I don't have enough money, or I don't have this, or I don't have that, this guy is saying you will find a way. Once you start a progression towards something, the universe recognizes that and will bring you what you need. So move forward, kick butt. Use that Queen of Wands energy to kick butt. Mhm. Okay, our next card is another major arcana. For me, this is about your closest relationships, and it's talking also about potential. So it's kind of a combination of your closest relationships as well as in external influences. And what I mean by that is on this card, you do see Taurus is here. We are right now all very spiritually protected. So no matter what you are doing, you will be protected by source. You'll be protected by your guide, your higher self, your angelics, whoever it is that you work with. And also with this world, this is talking about some ending. So some type of a relationship may be ending for you, or it's a situation where external things that have prevented you from moving forward have been now released, and you will be able to complete whatever this is. This is a recognition that this is a big step up. This is a big completion. This is new levels of consciousness coming in. This is about harmony. It is about, uh, really feeling that you have accomplished a bunch of things with conscious intention, right? You've put out the energy, you have done the work, you've taken the action, you have moved forward, you've done all the steps, and now you're bringing into completion. So for me, it feels like a graduation, like you're moving from, third grade to fourth grade, whatever that may be, whatever level that may represent for you as well. But it is the ending of a phase in your life. And again, you are going to be starting over because this is what we do. We work in cycles as we spiral up in our ascension process. So your next card coming in is this King of Swords. The King of Swords is in the position of your future feelings. This king does, of course, represent your experiences that got you to this point. Can be masculine energy for those of us that are masculine watching this, but at the same time, it is not limited to just that energy. It is the representation of the energy of the card. This individual has gone through transformation. That is what the butterfly is all about. Butterflies are about the transformation, and we got some more birds over here that are allowing you to have clear perception and a bird's eye view from above. This guy is all about truth and integrity. He speaks his mind. He understands what it is that he wants out of life. He has really done if you were going to be a person who is going to make your columns, this is my pro column and this is my con column. This is my good stuff. This is my bad stuff. This is the reason why I should do something. This is the reason why I should not do something. That's this guy. He analyzes everything to the minute detail. Nothing goes past his vision, his mind, right? And I feel as though we are kind of embracing that energy. I do not want things to go by me that are meant for my highest and best outcome. And I will say anything that is meant for you will never pass you by. And this is the energy of that. Now, this can represent a a person that may be helping you with as a mentor. This can be somebody that is a professional person for you. This could be your tax guy for all I know. This could be your the guy that you go to for banking, right? Because they've got that analytical mind. They know how things operate, right? Can be tax. It could be any kind of an individual that you would go to for expertise as well. And then we have the King of Wands. Now, again, this is your final outcome card. I do feel as though there are divine counterparts here. So in that situation where it was talking about a caring connection, it could be that we are attracting this King of Wands energy. Now, that King of Wands can represent Aries, Leo, Sagittarius as an individual, very inspirational, very creative, very passionate. I always kind of look at this guy kind of as an entrepreneur. This is a person who's very comfortable in his own skin. It's definitely a Leo card because of his courage. There's courage behind this guy. He very comfortable in his own skin. He doesn't mind taking on projects. He doesn't look at his failures as failures. He looks at them as lessons. He is somebody that you definitely would want in your court. You definitely want someone who is smart, who takes action, who likes to understand the whys of things, understands how to take things apart, put them back together again, make everything work. That's kind of like that energy of this king. So now what I mean, it looks really good. It can be that we're having a lot of interactions with people this month, but at the same time, we are really working through that dark night of the soul. We are working through some of that darker energy, some of that last bits of stuff that need to come up in, out, and be brought out into the light, right? Those things that we would never admit, those things that we would never talk about. I feel as though now is our time to work through that energy. And what a perfect month, whew, to work through the darkness, right? Is that October month. Okay, so Taurus. Now I'm going to pull some cards from the Archangel Michael deck for you. The first one is step into the spotlight. You're not going to believe this. I pulled this card for myself last night. So funny. And I'm Taurus. You have a message that the world needs to hear. It's time to share your wisdom. I am actually going to read the message from the book if I can find the book. Hang on, I got it somewhere. No, talking to Michael. Where is he? Where's my book? Here it is. Okay. So that's card number 30. I just opened it right to it. So the world is waiting for leaders like you, Taurus. It's time for you to write, speak, teach, or otherwise share your vision. You are past the need to take more classes, read more books, or increase your knowledge. Your time learning from mentors is nearly complete, and your time to become an inspiration to others is at hand. You're ready. I am using my sword of light to clear away your fears and uncertainties about what you can or cannot do. I know you may feel nervous, but try to focus on the excitement it brings when you consider how much help you can be to others. Ask your guardian angels and me, Archangel Michael, to calm your jitters and reassure you that you really are prepared to take on this beautiful life purpose. Life purpose, you guys. Man, you can't make this up. The light of the divine is shining down upon you. Have total confidence in yourself and get out there and change the world. Fist bump, bump. Okay, I love that card. I felt as though it was very inspirational when I read it last night. I was like, yes, I'm taking on this. I'm taking on this wisdom, this world wisdom. Okay, and then your next card is you're ready for more. Your career is growing and blossoming. Now is the time to make the changes you have been contemplating. And look at that beautiful, beautiful dahlia. Is that a dahlia? I think it's a dahlia. So you got number 30 and you got number 40. That's progression. Okay, my Tauruses, I absolutely love you all. I'm going to pull myself back on camera. Thank you so much always for your support. I feel as though my Tauruses always show up for me, and I appreciate all of that. I hope there were nuggets here that resonate with you. If you need me, you know how to find me. Info at donwilliamstarot.com is my email address. Go to my website. You can book a reading. You can send me a message. I don't really matter how you connect. You can put your comments in the bottom of this reading, and I'll be happy to respond. So until next time, make sure you take very good care of yourself. Get good sleep. What else do we need to know? It looks really good. I mean, considering it's a heavy month, it's a dark month. I really feel as though we are going to really step into the spotlight this month, and we are going to champion Prime Creator Source. He's really, it's really him, her. It is really pushing us to do what we came here to do. So, thank you again. Many blessings to you, and cheers.